Hey, beautiful people, welcome and thank you for joining me for the second last day of my 30-day video challenge. I can't believe that we've got this far in what seems like such a quick amount of time. And it hasn't been quite as torturous as I thought it would be. So thank you for putting up with my mug for the last 27 days and two to go. So it's gone by really quickly. Today I wanted to talk about this quote, which I have to read because there's too many words in it, so bear with me. And one day she discovered that she was fierce and strong and full of fire, and that not even she could hold herself back because her passion burned brighter than her fears. That quote just gives me goosebumps because that is what I feel like my journey has been about, and it's what I would wish for anyone's journey. And I just hope that that is something that you guys can take out of this whole me, being raw, being vulnerable, and telling you my entire story. I hope that that's something that you guys can take away from all of this. I've been thrown some fairly big curveballs. It's not easy to accept, let alone go through the process of a marriage breakdown, and I had to go through that thinking that my own family may not even forgive me for letting divorce come into our family, and I had to say goodbye to a lovely man who I got along with really well and would have classed as one of my best friends, but just knew that we had an expiry date, so that was a very, very tough process to then go through being gobbled up by a man who was so controlling, and very manipulative, and just, put me through sheer terror 24/7 for a bit over 3 years, and put me in a position where I felt like if I got out of it, that he would take my house away from me, that he would take his own life, that he could potentially take mine. Just that 24/7 fear was just the most icky experience, and it was in some ways quite isolating, but I look back on it now and see that it was necessary for me to get a kick in the shins and realise that I needed to get a backbone and grow some self-respect and let my self-esteem get at least above a zero, and that those experiences that I had showed me things like the beauty of friendship and of loyalty, and eventually when I had to confide in others about what would happen, it showed me the beauty of having family around you, and all of those good came out of that. Now, I'm not saying that it's right for anybody to have to go through an abusive relationship and that that's what they deserve, or to learn these lessons. I just mean that for me, I needed some kind of big wake-up call, and unfortunately that was my big wake-up call, but I'm in so many ways grateful that I went through it. And then to go from that to wanting to bring some kind of light back into my life and be determined to pull my socks up and go get myself a puppy to make every day a bit brighter and give me motivation to get up every day, to go through the heartache of at 6 months learning that he did not have long to live, and have to go through the next 6 months of anxiously thinking, is today going to be the day that I lose him? Is today going to be the day? And that has definitely changed the way that I am with Ruby now. Like, I'm a very anxious mother still. Every time that I leave her alone, I have massive amounts of guilt, and that's because I used to have to say goodbye to Ned and head off to work, not knowing if he was going to die alone while I wasn't there. So that 6 months was really, really terrifying, and I always wanted to do right by him, and I didn't want him to be in pain, and but at the same time I didn't want to lose him, so it was quite a heartbreaking lesson in itself. To go through the process of having to grieve for him was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. To hold his beautiful little furry body as I felt the life go out of it was the most just soul-wrenching thing I've ever done in my life, and I hope I never have to visit horrors like that ever again, but I may. Then, to go to the complete opposite of meeting a man who was kind and gentle and willing to take on my baggage, and be patient with me and supportive, and to this day is just unendingly amazing and inspiring, and an absolute rock to me. Was an absolute high, and then to find out that I hadn't just got through all of that abusive rubbish and that really upsetting time unscathed, that I then had to have a couple of health problems that all stemmed from what I'd been through. I thought surviving was enough. Um, but then I had to have these things follow me around for a while. But I've clawed my way back. And I'm not saying I've done it alone. I've done it with the support of my friends and my family, and I have the most beautiful tribe around me, and I keep adding to that tribe, and I'm very lucky enough to do that. So, having only been in Queensland for a little over 12 months, I've already made some beautiful additions to my tribe, and I'm truly grateful for that, because every little piece just makes it feel more like home here. So, yeah, it's definitely not been a lonely road. I've had plenty of support, and I have had some down moments and some feel sorry for myself moments, some this is so unfair moments, some genuine like tanty chucks at the universe for giving me what it's given me. But I can now look back at all of that. Now I'm in a better place and go, wow, I can actually see the reason or the purpose for all of that, and I can see the beauty in that and the blessings in that and the connections that were made from that. And I am truly grateful for the things that I have learnt from my experiences, and I am determined to be fierce, and I am determined to be strong. Nothing is going to break me now. I don't mind that there's the prospect of more challenges ahead of me in life, and that's okay, because I can see now that there is always something good to come from them. And while they're never easy, and I'm not saying bring them on, but at the same time, I am saying if they do come on, then I've got a few moves in my toolbox now, and yeah, that I am a stronger person, and I don't mind that there are processes that we have to go through to make ourselves more polished and even stronger. So, yeah, I will not be held back now, and I am full of fire and full of passion. And the more that you sort of start to tap into the, what's an absolute waste of my energy, because especially for me, I had an illness that robbed me of my energy. So I really had to pick through life and kind of go, I can't deal with that negativity, or life's too short for this kind of stuff, because I've seen how short life can be. All of those things I'm actually just really, really grateful for, and I have really scaled back and refined things to a point where I feel like I've only picked the juicy bits, and I've only got the amazing bits in my life, and the things that build me up and encourage me and fuel my fire and feed my passion, and the things that have always sort of sparked a light in me or really piqued an interest in me, I know now are things that are jumping up and down going, look at me for a reason. And I've pursued them and followed them through, and I'm starting to, make even more beautiful things out of my life from the things that really burnt a fire in my belly. And so health coaching was one of those things. I've ticked that box, and I'm getting there, and it's just an amazing journey, and I'm really, really grateful. So I just encourage you to never think that everything's just, awful and unfair. And while it may seem like that at the time, life is genuinely rigged in your favour, and everything that is being thrown in your path is being thrown in a path for your own divine purpose and your own divine teaching. And the only person that has to live with you for the rest of your life is you. You're the only person who's known you for your whole life, and you're the only person who's going to know you for the entire rest of your life. So do what counts for you, do what makes your life beautiful. And I don't mean don't consider other people around you. I just mean don't do things or not do things out of fear of what people will think of you. Definitely worry how you will make people feel around you, but just don't be limited by other people's beliefs or other people's opinions. Just do what you feel is right in your soul, and take care of number one, and I promise you that that is not a selfish thing to do, that you will only have more to give. So that's my little bit of encouragement for today, and I will see you tomorrow on the last day of my 30-day video challenge. Have an amazing day, peoples. Loads of happiness and sunshine to you all. Thanks for joining in. Bye.